Hi there, welcome back. So in this video, it's a bit longer than usual, so please bear with us. We're going to do a mermaid themed collection. And we're going to use all of these lovely moulds that you can see in front of you now on screen. Some of them are from a Temu haul and some of them are from another supplier, but as usual, everything that we've used will be linked in the description box below. Now then, I can't wait to use the round mould, but more importantly enough, you might be thinking you've already put something in this square mould. Yes, I have. It was some leftover polyurethane resin, which when it cures was completely white. So you'll see how I use that in a moment or two. Now, these lovely micas are from the Mermaid Treasures kit, which we got from Resin Jewels and Resin Detra Supplies. Again, if you look back on our previous video to this, there you'll see all of some other things from their kit in that video. So here we are. All I'm doing here is something that you've seen me do a few times before if you're one of our regular watchers, and I'm using mica powders to dust over the surface of the mould. Now, this beautiful blue colour just reminds me of Greek holidays, the Mediterranean, sunshine, and actually, looking at it now, I suppose it looks a bit like clouds in the sky as well, I suppose. But I got this far and then remembered I'd also got this beautiful mica or tint powder. Again, it was from the Mermaid Treasures kit, from the same supplier as we mentioned before, Jules at Resin Jewels and Helena at Resin Detra Supplies. Now, again, I'm just putting it on the mould, seeing how it mixes in, see if it works or not. But spoiler alert, you won't see very much of it when this piece is finished. But stay tuned to see what happens next. Here's the white polyurethane resin. So I stuck with that theme. Now, I did give you a quick glimpse of it there. But again, I thought to myself, right, I need some shells. And I knew that we'd got this lovely mould here. It's got multiple different shell moulds within it. And again, I'm sticking with the two mica powders. And I am going to dust them into the moulds, which is what you can see me doing here. Now, this has been sped up. This whole project, dusting the moulds took quite a length of time, because I was very careful in what I was doing. And yeah, you don't need to see this at full length, otherwise we'd be here for quite a long time. But let's get back to this. So I am putting quite a lot in there, and if you do this, obviously you don't have to put this much in, but I just wanted to make sure we've got a good coverage all the way through the mould. And I just turned it over and gave it a quick tap, a little bit of a tappy wappy, make sure you get rid of any excess. Now, this is the polyurethane resin. So this is how it is. You mix part A, part B in equal measurements or volume, and it's literally 20 seconds stirring it together and pour it into the mould straight away. It takes no time at all to cure. Now, I am here just filling up some moulds, the ones that I've dusted, because I'm just trying to use up this resin. Now, at this point, this was really getting hot in this beaker. You can see it start to change colour already in the beaker. It goes from being more or less clear to being sort of cloudy and off colour to being like this. So it cures white. Now, it's for some reason we've got a bit of an uneven cure on the mould in the middle, and this is how it's cured with these lovely shells. Now, as you can see, I've got some overspill. Yeah, it's so runny, this stuff, when you pour it, but look at that. Quite easy to remove. You can use little scissors if you want. Go careful if you're going to try and snap little bits of it off. It's usually quite thin, but you don't want to ruin your lovely shells or whatever you've made in the process. So look at those. So I will tidy those up. Now I'm going to demold this one. Now, you didn't see me. Actually, I didn't do anything with this mould. I just poured it straight in. It's come away from the mould nice and clean. But look at that. Now, I, for the life of me, can't remember what these are called, which is not great, but I can't remember. So here we are with the other one. Now this one I did dust with some of the, I want to call it violet coloured mica powder. And look, the camera doesn't do it justice. It does glow slightly. Beautiful violet coloured glow. Now, there you are. That's what it looks like. Let's see if it's picked up on this polyurethane resin. Ooh. So it's coming away from the mould nice and clean. It's not coming off on my fingers. And it looks pretty good. Now. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, you see, actually that does remind me of clouds. Definitely reminds me of clouds. But, you know, it's absolutely fine. Now, at this point, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with the shells. How I was going to arrange them. I knew I wanted to put some on here, but this was very much a bit sort of now organic piece. But I thought, do you know what? I'm going to need some more shells. So here we are. Here I am dusting the shell moulds again. And again, this has been sped up. So I'm using the mica powder or the tint from the Mermaid Treasures kit that you've seen me use previously. And it goes on really, really well, and you need hardly any of it. And again, I'm just using my usual technique. I'm using a dry bristled regular paintbrush, dipping it in the little pot of mica powder, and then just dusting it all over the mould, making sure that obviously you turn it over and tap out any excess. Now this one, this lovely, it's like glitter powder-ish sort of thing, did come in the Mermaid Treasures kit as well, and I thought, I wonder how this would react with polyurethane resin. Will it stay like this or not? So all I did was literally put some into the mould and dusted it in there with the paintbrush, tapped out the excess, and thought, well, do you know what? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now, this beautiful one, I then used these two mica powders, which, as I said, you've probably seen me use these before, and dusted in this shell mould. So just sort of dusted in with the white coloured mica powder. There we go. There you are. You can see it a little bit better. So it gives almost like a pearlised sheen to it. Now again, I wasn't too sure how the polyurethane resin would pick up the mica powder or not. I'm still very new to using polyurethane resin. Very new. It's got a lot of good things going for it. One, it is very, very watery liquid when you pour it into mould, so you don't have to worry about air bubbles and things like that happening. It cures incredibly quickly, and in fact there's a time lapse coming up soon which shows you where I have poured the resin into the moulds, and it just shows you in the time lapse how quickly it cures. And it goes from being clear to being, here we go, here's the time lapse now. Can you see it's starting to go the different colour? Any moment now you will see it. I'm just testing, making sure it's all okay there. So this is on a time lapse. And any moment now you will see it. Now they were getting hotter and hotter. There you go, look. Do you see you get like that white, it's like someone's breathed white smoke into them. But this is how they go, and this is how they cure. Now, once they've cured, do let them cool down completely. It's about half an hour in total for curing to it cooling down. It's come away from the mould nice and easy. And just look at this. I mean, easy to get rid of that overspill there. Look at that. So there's a nice mix of the white and the blue mica powders there. But there you are. It did have a bit of a sheen to it, a bit of a shine. It's just not picking up on our camera, unfortunately. But there you go. There's that one. So you could use these for anything. You don't have to use them as I am now. You could, you could have them as handbag charms. You could have them on key rings. They are on the larger side. Decorating photo frames, picture frames, mirrors. Do hit the notification bell, because you might see us upcycling a bathroom mirror soon. Now, this was the one with the glitter powder. It didn't really, it didn't work how I wanted it to, but that's fine, because I actually love this mould. Yeah, as I was saying, do stay notified, because you will see us upcycle a mirror, which we're hoping to put in our bathroom. So, and we will be using the shell moulds. And maybe some lotus flower moulds, but that's enough of that. You'll wait to see that. That'll be in the sometime in November. Well, it's not for a few weeks, I don't think. But here I am again. I decided, right, and now hang on a minute. I need some more shells. So again, back with the mica powders, dusting the mould. There we go. Now, in this particular one, I didn't use the polyurethane resin. I used some leftover resin we'd got from another project, which you'll see. Again, we used the Mermaid Treasures kit, mica powders, glitters. So the resin you will see me using has got some of that glitter in it. It's got the Mermix glitter in it. Now, those of you who know Resin Jewels will probably have heard of her Mermix. It is sublime. It is truly, truly lovely, beautiful. It's jam-packed full of goodies, natural shells, lovely bits of glitter, bits of gold foil, mermaid tails and all sorts. But look at that. You can probably just about see the sheen on the mica powder there. It's quite subtle in this one. Yeah. Right. So hopefully, oh, there we go. Look at that, just comparing the difference in colours there. Right. So here we go. This is the leftover resin with the Mermix. Can you see what I mean there? About, my gosh, all the different types of glitter. We've got all different, the fine glitter to more of the confetti glitter. It was actually into clear resin where there's no mica powder in or tint in the resin itself. But this is stunning. And if you keep tuned, keep notified, you will find, actually, I think the video before this one is probably where you will see me using this in an actual project, the original project. You'll see me using the Mermix in the glitter, in the clear resin. You will have seen me use it. There we go. It's just filling up all the mould, getting some overspill as usual, because of course this is me doing this. And unlike Wayne, who you may also have seen doing lots of our demos for us, I always tend to get some overspill, as you can see there. So this is the following day, and they've completely cured. Nice clean mould. Excuse the state of my work area there. I've got to get a new cover for that. Now, you can try and pull them apart. Or you can do what I'm about to do in a moment, where I think to myself, no, I need to get the scissors. So if you've got some snips, you could use snips, or you can use some scissors. Obviously, don't use your best dressmaking scissors. We have got separate pairs of scissors for different functions, that we say. So I just gave it a little snip there. Needs a bit more of a snip, and it comes away because it's still quite soft. The individual bits are quite soft and malleable. But look at that. That's actually 2 shells. Look at that. So this is picking up better with the lovely mica powder. Look at that. And with the oh, I just think it looks gorgeous. Even with the confetti glitter or the Mermix glitter in the resin there. Just adds a little something to it. Looks beautiful. Look at that one. Wow. These would make quite nice pendants or charms on bracelets or even earrings, because they're not heavy at all. Very simple. You could make a couple of shells, just put an earring finding in the top, the fish hook earring finding, and then just lovely through the ear, and you're done basically. Or you can make them as elaborate as you want. You could add a length of bead, or you could add some chain, or completely up to you. Now, I knew I was going to put them in these 2. I just had to make my mind up which ones where. So I'd made the choices, and then the next thing to do is to secure them. So I've got the oversized coaster or round tray on the left and the square one on the right, which, as you can see, is still in its mould, and there's a good reason for that. Now, I did have these 2 left over, and I just thought, I don't know where to put them. I can't fit them in, so I'm going to leave them out. I opted to attach mine with super glue, but I mean, you could use UV resin if you wanted to, but I went with the super glue. Now, what I should have done is worn some gloves because I did get it on my hands. And yeah, I didn't glue my hands together or my fingers together, but you know, it wasn't exactly a pleasant experience trying to get the super glue off my fingers. But never mind. There we go. So that's all of the pieces now glued down to the coasters on the right, the coaster on the right, the oversized coaster, the round one. Here we go, there we are. And the one on the left. Now, the thing is, yeah, you could leave it like that, but I just thought, still needs a little something. So why not? Let's just go for it. There was so much stuff in the Mermaid Treasures kit that I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some of these beautiful little glass seed beads and some of these other little mix round beads as well, and maybe some of the faux pearls. Look at these. So there's just so much in this kit. I mean, I know it was a limited edition. I don't know if she has any left. Definitely worth going over and having a look on their website just to see. Now, in this one has been sped up because, again, this was rather a lengthy process. I chose to use some UV resin because I thought I'd have more control. So I put it in the place. The only thing is a couple of times I forgot where I put it. But then started just adding in these beautiful little beads. Now, they aren't beads with holes in, so therefore you've got no worries about bubbles, air bubbles and so on. But there we go. So I'm just adding them in where I've put the UV resin. And I kept going doing this. Here we go with some of the faux pearls. So just that little bit bigger. I mean, you could put some more natural shells in if you wanted to, or you could put some glitter. And in fact, I think I do also add some of the glitter from the kit as well. This was so relaxing doing this. Just so relaxing, and seeing it really develop. I do think it just finishes it off, just gives it that little bit of bling. So here we are. Here's some of the glitter. Just going in there. Just gives it a bit more sparkle. And you know us. There we go. I also did, by the way, add in the little starfish there that you can see on the left. That's also from the kit, one of the charms from the kit. And then I cured it with my resin torch and then popped it under the resin lamp that we have for a couple of blasts of 2 or 3 minutes. Now, the square one. So these are all glued down. I'm going to do exactly what I did with the round one. I'm going to apply UV resin and try and remember where I've put it. And then add in some of the pearls, the faux pearls. And it's one of these where you try and be random, but trying to be deliberately random about things, I find quite difficult. Yeah. But there we go. So there's the faux pearls. Anyway, I will always try and do my best. There we are. So yes, this is when I forgot where I'd put it, I think, in a few places. So just sprinkling in these lovely miniature beads, all the lovely different shades of blues, purpley colours and golds and the clear ones as well. It's just very, very relaxing to do this part. There's not a lot that could go wrong. Thank goodness, touch wood, with this particular stage. So there we go. Couple of little loose ones there. Adding in the sprinkling in of the glitter, as you can see. There we are. And then cured it with the UV torch, as you can see there. So there we are. Now some of the glitter was still a little bit loose. But that was okay. And look, they're the two side by side. Now, I'm using regular resin. It's got a few little bubbles and things in it, but that was okay. And then pouring it from a height of about at least a foot. So 12 to 18 inches. I'm afraid I don't know what that is in centimetres. Up high, away from the mould. So nice thin stream. And just kept it going. It's been sped up a little bit, but be careful when you're using the resin. Obviously make sure you're wearing gloves, you work in a well ventilated area, and you're using a respirator mask. There we go. So yeah, you can see some of the little bits of glitter perhaps have come away from the surface, but that's absolutely fine. I did also just give it a bit of a spritz with some isopropyl alcohol, and what you can see me doing there with a micro brush is just going around the edges of the top of the mould and getting rid of the few tiny little bubbles I could see. Now, do you remember the two white ones? These two lovely white shells, which I couldn't fit in the other pieces. I thought, I've got another little square mould. Let's go for it. So I put some of the beads down the bottom. I put some of the resin in, and then I just pressed these two down as firmly as I could into the resin. And now what I'm decided to do is, why don't I just dust the top with the lovely violet coloured mica powder that I'd used in the other two pieces that you've seen from this collection. So just dusting round the tops there. There we go. There we are. As I said, thank you ever so much if you are still with us. Oh, the resin on the base there had almost completely set as well. And I thought, I've got a couple of these lovely little fishes. Why don't I try and put those in as well? Now, yeah. I had some resin made up. I added in some of that beautiful glitter that I've been sprinkling, and I thought, oh yeah, it does look a little bit cloudy, but no, it'd be fine, it'd be fine. And yeah, I started pouring it in, and Wayne came out and he said, that looks really cloudy. He said, I'm not convinced it's going to cure any clearer than that. You could end up losing the fish. The fish did actually start, I should have glued them down, but the fish did start to just rise up to the surface. So I did decide to remove the fish. You won't actually see me do that, but I did remove the fish. But all is not lost, as you will see in a moment. So just trying to get rid of a few of those larger bubbles. As I said, I do remove the fish, but you don't see me do that. I just use that stick and I just remove them out and put them to one side. So this is the following day. Now, can you see the resin's cleared, but you've still got all the glitz and glimmer of the beautiful, beautiful glitter. Now, I was quite happy with this, considering I thought this one was going to have to go in the bin. Got a little bit of tidy up just to do around the edges there. But I really like that. And I thought, as the third and final piece in this collection, it doesn't look bad. So I thought, yeah, you can stay. Sorry about it, it's a little bit out of focus there. The camera was having a few little issues trying to do it. So now I'm going to demold this one. I love this. It literally looks like you've scooped up mermaid treasures from the bottom of the seabed and just put them into resin. And I suppose maybe that's what I was trying to go for, that sort of an effect. So rather than looking at pirate's treasure, you're looking at mermaid's treasures instead. I'm always intrigued about how it looks from the side when I do these things. So we have done something similar to this before, had more of a monochrome effect. You can see that in our playlist. Why not go and check it out? So here's the final shot. There is a little bit of flickering coming up any moment. Apologies for that. That's our lights. Need to get those fixed. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. It has been a slightly lengthy one. Well done if you've got to the end. Thank you if you've joined us in the live chat as well. Oh, there we go, a little bit flickering. We really, really appreciate anybody who views our videos, likes, shares and subscribes and hits the notification bell. Thanks again for watching. Take care everyone and goodbye.